website called All About the Tea.
She told All About the Tea that during the fight,
Hey, teacups. Can everyone hear me? Comment in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me see here. We got a lot of people in the chat today. Yeah, comment in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me. Let's get that out of the way first. Yep, yes, you can hear me. Yes, you can hear me. Okay. All right, okay. Everyone can hear me. We got a full house today. So, listen, yesterday I promised y'all I would get on here to give you an update on contracts. Contracts are in, some are returning, some people are not returning. And I just had to come on here today and give you all a breakdown of everything. Shout out to D. Pacman, Fashionisha Chick, Queen Missy, Shirley, Monique Clark, Diana, CC Freak, Carla Lambert, Mia Malia, Angel Nicole, Karen Look. We got Jamal. Hey, Jamal. Shout out to Jamal, Princess Dalvin, Heidi Black, all of our moderators that are in the chat that are joining us this afternoon. Welcome, everyone. I'm going to give people a few minutes to get on in here before I get started. Give people a few minutes. Let people come on in. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I think we have quite a few people in the building. So contracts are in, like I said. First up, let's talk about Monique. Okay. Monique kind of spilled the beans herself late, I think right before Christmas last week, where on her Monique T channel, she talked about contracts are in because there was a rumor going around saying she was fired. And she debunked that rumor and she said, it's not true. I signed my contract. So she kind of let the beans out the bag with that one. I'm going to go ahead and play that video real quick.
Oh my God. The rumors are being fired. My contracts have been sent out and that rumor is not true. Done.
There you have it. Contracts were sent out and that rumor is false. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my teacup correspondent, the Bishop. I'll bring him in and he can share his thoughts on that. Hey, Bishop.
hey, how you doing?
Doing well. Good. So you heard contracts are in. Monique Samuels has her contract. How do you feel about that?
I feel pretty awesome about that because the whole show was centered around her this season. So if it was no storyline of her, then who? And if it wasn't her, and for her carrying this show on her shoulders, I mean, Potomac would be, in the toilet with Real Housewives of Atlanta this season.
Oh yeah, Real Housewives of Atlanta is getting off to a slow start. And Potomac, to me, from the first episode, had me captivated without the fight. Right. They, to me, are leading the pack, and honestly and truthfully, they're the ones keeping this whole Housewives franchise afloat. If you ask me right now, right? So, I mean, then the fight happened and we all had that tea before the season even started. So everyone was anticipating it. And it really did keep our focus. I'm going to bring Plez in, our other teacup correspondent. Hey, Plez, how are you doing?
Good. How are you today?
Hey. Doing well. What are your thoughts? Monique is back. She has signed her contract and she has agreed to return for another season. What are your thoughts?
I think it's great. She has the opportunity next season to be vindicated. We get to hear her side since this season we weren't able to hear from her or see her much after the incident happened. Also, I don't know where the show would be without her. She's really one of the only true housewives. So for the show to stay true to its name, she's one of the only ladies that's married and has a husband that can afford a lifestyle that will let her be a housewife if she should choose to do so. But I'm also interested in seeing her new businesses, seeing her children. There's room for lots of growth with Monique, and so I'm excited that she's coming back. I think it'll be really good, a good mix. Hopefully they won't let the other ladies hold the show hostage by saying they're not going to film with people.
Right.
It's either get in line or get gone, girl. At this point, it's done and over. The courts have decided. Let's move on.
One thing I will say that I absolutely love about Monique, that is a rare gem in this crazy world of housewives, is that she keeps it real. What you see is what you get. You're not going to get a fake storyline from her. It's whether it's boring, exciting, or over the top like the fight. It's all real. So I can relate to that. The audiences can relate to that. Let's bring Schoolboy in here. Hey, Schoolboy. She's our other Teacup affiliate. Share your thoughts. Monique is back.
I mean, as she should be back. I mean, just like the bishop said, she was the focal point of the storyline the entire season. So her and Candice's argument and them fighting back and forth, that was the focal point. So she should come back. And let's be real, they 50-50 take ownership in the fight. They both, both people are wrong. So, hey, he didn't know no criminal case happened, no civil case happened. So here we are. And I think also it will bring more of a controversy, and we'll have the fans still engaged online, and people will actually be interested. I think I've seen less Real Housewives of Atlanta tweets or anything mentioning the show lately, because it's just it's dry. It's real dry. I don't know what's going on around there, but it's real dry. But I think this is only 6 seasons in, so you notice once it gets about 10 seasons with the Housewives franchise, no matter which one it is, they start to dry out. The storylines are just not there anymore, and it becomes more overproduced.
Right. Drop your comments in the chat. Are you happy that Monique's back? Are you not happy? Tell us how you feel. We want to hear from you. Up next, let's talk about Giselle. Okay.
No, Giselle.
Hopefully we can get the fashions together for next season.
She can't get the fashions together. She broke. She can't.
So I have a very, very, very good source that is telling me that Giselle is back. She has signed her contract. But I'm pretty leery about what direction is Giselle going to go in next season after this scandal has been exposed that she faked a relationship with Jamal in season 5. Where can Giselle go from here? Bishop, weigh in on this.
She gonna go in with the he led me astray, he led me on, he did me wrong. The whole thing she did the first season. So it's gonna be heightened on steroids. And she like, all the audience and everybody in the social media world knew, but except me. Just ain't gonna take no ownership of her lying. So she's going to definitely ride off of that coattail and try to pretend that she's a scorned woman that's hurt, and they try to use that on a lot of women that actually went through that. So she's going to ride off of that and get those type of fans.
Oh, she is. Schoolboy, weigh in on it. Are you excited that Giselle and her kinkles are back?
Her and them stovepipe legs and them non-fashions and gaudy designer jewelry and gaudy designer outfits can go. But I do know that she's probably, just like Bishop said, she's gonna use it. Oh my God, he lied to me. I didn't know he was out here fornicating. She lying. She knew. Y'all use it as a storyline, but they're gonna have to wrap that storyline up cute into a nice little bow to keep her on the show. Now, my question is, what is she going to go there from? Because you ain't got nothing else going on but trying to renovate that tacky ass house she got. And Jamal was the other storyline. So I know she ain't no other man. So what is it that she's gonna bring?
Exactly. Plus weigh in on it, please.
I think Giselle is too vain to embrace the Jamal shenanigans, but I actually hope she does. I mean, if she's smart, that's the way to go. We love an underdog, y'all. We love an underdog. We love a story of redemption. And so if she can come in and find a way to spin that in her favor of maybe a self-awareness journey or a finding of self journey where she gets herself together, then she can redeem her fashions and get a stylist. We would like to see that journey. We would like to see the redemption of the home with the interior designer. Like, she has a lot of things that she can work on and still grow in herself and in her storyline if she would actually embrace it. But she thinks she's perfect. So I don't think she's going to do that. She thinks that, as she said at the reunion, she was shocked when she thought it was just Karen who said she couldn't dress. And everybody started piling on. She didn't know what to do. So hopefully she'll embrace it and we might like her again.
You know what? Her fashion and her dating choices matches her personality all over the place. I was like, I sat there and thought about, like, she can't dress because her spirit ain't right. She is just, it's just like she just can't get her life right. And she telling me I'm the most anointed one. I'm like, where? You are so you're not self-aware whatsoever. You didn't even know you was a narcissist until the second or third season when she said, I wasn't aware that I did this to Robyn. See, it only applies when you hurt your friend and your friend say you hurt me, but everybody else say you hurt me, and she's like, I'm not cool with you like that. I'm not. I'm like, okay, well, you hurt your daughters this season by trying to make them lie, and they like, I ain't lying for this. This is ridiculous. Like, this dude don't show up. Like, we go to Atlanta, we want to come back home. I'm like, the first episode was cringeworthy with the daughters. First episode, when I went back and watched the season all over again, I'm like, was you not paying attention that this ain't gonna work?
Yeah, I agree with Plez. You make a great point. If she can come on and be real, let her hair down and be real. You can't dress, be real about that. Embrace it. Your home looks a mess, be real about it. Embrace it. You're manless and you can't find a man worth a damn. Be real about it. Be real about it. I don't want to see anything fake from her, but I highly doubt we're going to get anything real from Miss Giselle. Okay. She ain't going to give it to us, but she will be back. For those that are joining late, Monique has confirmed coming back, and Giselle has signed her contract and she will be back. Okay. So moving on to who should we address now? Miss Karen Huger. Let's talk about Miss Karen. Miss Karen has received her contract. She signed it and she will be back, y'all. I'm happy. Karen has evolved into, she's always been the grande dame, right? But this year she showed up and she showed out. I was just so happy and impressed with Karen. Her one-liners, her talking heads, her clean, fun shade towards the other ladies. I loved it. Every minute of it. So I'm super, super happy. I can't wait to see what's in store for her next business-wise. But you go, Miss Karen. Bishop, what are your thoughts on Miss Karen coming back?
Oh, it wouldn't be the Real Housewives of Potomac if it went for her. I'm sorry, Giselle ain't the face to me. I've always seen Miss Karen Huger as the face, Beyonce's grandmama, aka Mama. I just be looking at her. I'm like, when she said the Black Bill Gates and then Beyonce said, I'm like, yeah, she the face. It ain't no Giselle. So I'm happy she came back because she actually was the peacemaker out of everyone. She actually was fair and concise with everything. She said, you wrong. And also, I don't care if this girl's crying and she mad, she don't want to be my friend no more. You wrong too. I don't care how many origami Kleenexes you fold up and keep wiping out them non-tears. You wrong. I'm not gonna baby you. Everybody else may baby you because they don't like the other girl, but I'm not gonna baby you. And you still my friend if you want to be friends, but I'm not gonna take no physical attacked. So I'm glad she's coming back because she's really the voice of reason.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Schoolboy, weigh in on this. Are you excited Karen's back?
Of course, I love Karen. Plus, Rihanna follows Karen, and I follow Rihanna and Karen, so I love it. I'm glad Karen is back. The only thing that I will hope that Karen does this year, when the ladies are in a group and they're in a setting and they pressure you to give your honest opinion, stand in what you said. That's all I want you to do. Don't backpedal. Don't go around. Don't sidestep it. Just say what you want to say and say what you said verbatim. That way, there is no room for error, and then there is no more cackling on the side. Well, she said it. Well, then she gotta just stand in what you say. But other than that, I love Karen. Karen has always been the one that knew Giselle wasn't ish from the beginning, and stayed upon Giselle's turkey neck the entire reunion so far, and I appreciate it. Her and Monique have continued with the alley-oops like Jordan and Pippen back in the day, and I hope they continue to go ahead and keep slam dunking on both of her and Robyn, and throwing Candice in there on the side as well. They've been really good together, and I also appreciate Ashley, because Ashley been kind of going in there too with them. So I'm glad that she's back. And you can't see Potomac without Karen. It's just it's
right.
Potomac.
Yeah, absolutely. Plus, what are your thoughts?
Well, it's just like everybody said, Karen is the one who shows Giselle every time that she has met her match. No matter how low Giselle goes, Karen is there with the left hook, right hook, ready to get her right back and put her in her place. And so I love that Karen is coming back. She has grown exponentially. If you look back at the old seasons, from her glam to her confessional looks, and to, of course, now those wigs, like Karen has gone up and up and up the ladder. She has moved into a second life. We all do that. We have to evolve. Her husband is near retiring, so she's the one getting the bag and being the breadwinner. She has raised her children, so it's just really good to see her taking ownership of herself. And for me, like, I'm in my mid to late, I guess, 30s. So for me, it's inspirational to see a woman in her late 50s taking on new challenges and new dreams and new goals, and showing you like it's never too late to get it done. And so I love Karen. I'm here for her coming back. I'm excited. I do want her to stop being so double-sided sometimes, but sometimes it's just hard, I guess, when you're on the spot. And now that her parents are gone, she's able to be more of herself. And I like her to drink a little more, but only around the girls that she trusts. Because I like drunk Karen a lot.
Speaking of drunk Karen, I'm scared for Karen because I don't know if you picked up on this on part 2 of the reunion. Giselle spoke about she's liking Karen, but she wants the real Karen, the Karen that doesn't hide things. And Andy co-signed that. So that let us know that behind the scenes, producers view her storyline as guarded, that she hides things. And part of that is the drinking, part of that's the drinking. And they kind of set her up a little bit this season, but Karen didn't take the bait too much, like when she didn't drink in Portugal, because she realized that she does say things when she drinks that maybe she would not say if she wasn't drinking. So I just want her to be very careful with that. I love it. I love when she drinks and lets her hair down and talks, but I feel like producers are setting her up. This might be the season where they try to take her down or portray her as someone that has secrets, that's hiding things. All right, y'all. Moving on to who should we tackle next? Who do y'all want me to talk about next? Let's talk about Miss Ashley Darby and Michael Darby. Aren't they cute? This is a nice photo. It's nice. It is nice. Ashley will be back. She has signed her contract. She's coming back. I just hope it's not another scandal with Michael being caught with his drawers down again, because I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. We know
Figuratively,
he's a freak-a-leak. He swings a ding-a-ling all over the DMV. We all know that. We all know this. But I really don't, because it's something that it's an arrangement in their marriage. She don't have a problem with it. The only problem she has with it is when it's brought to TV and it's embarrassing her because they pretend like they have this traditional marriage. Schoolboy, what are your thoughts on that?
Just say y'all gotta open their marriage. It's okay. Everybody out here poly nowadays. Everybody sleeping with everybody. Everybody just with everybody. Everybody is for everybody these days. You know, if it works for you in your marriage, do you, boo. I ain't here to judge you. Okay. I want them to just be honest about that portion. I think people probably wouldn't have an issue if they were just honest about that piece in their marriage. Because we know, Michael, he's still gonna be out here doing that thing. We know that. We know he's gonna still be out here doing his thing. I think Ashley's a little bit different now because she is married. She's had the kids, and so when a woman has that life change, she changes her mindset, and so she's not into the whole, bringing the third person into the bedroom anymore. I think she's probably more or less wanting the monogamy. I don't think Michael really wants that because that's not what Michael's original setup was. I believe Michael wanted Ashley as a trophy piece on the arm, and she was young and she was fun and she liked to do all the freaky young things, but I don't think he wanted children. That just wasn't part of it. I think when he screwed up and he made them multiple mistakes, he had to give in with the child. The kids, so it became a necessary exchange between one another, like a business arrangement. Ashley has the upper hand. She secured the bag twice now, and so she's gonna ride it out until she can't ride it out no more, and then that'll become her storyline, her divorce from Michael, and she will walk out with her posting up bag. I think that's just really the next stages. We just need to ride it out a little bit. Few more seasons, about 7 or 8, she'll be saying she's getting a divorce.
Yeah. Bishop, weigh in on this. Are you excited Ashley's coming back?
Yeah, I like messy Ashley. You know what I mean? And I, the reason why I like messy Ashley, because messy Ashley is keep you honest. She don't like when people lying and faking it. She like, man, if my skeletons is out, all y'all skeletons is gonna be out. So if y'all talking about one another behind each other back, she like, Sheree, we're gonna bring it to the forefront because you can't say it to their face. You shouldn't be saying it to me. And I'm really rooting for her too as well. And I like what Schoolboy is saying. Y'all have open marriage. I think with most, and I think it falls on to women that are in open marriages. They don't like to be embarrassed. And the thing about Michael is he keeps embarrassing her. It's like, bruh, you have an open door policy. Now, can you be discreet about it, fam? You don't have to let everybody know what you're doing. You don't have to touch on random people's behind. Just pick up somebody, had a $40 in your hand and say, hey, can you keep a secret? Hey, let's go to this hotel room and let's put it in my A-list. Something. I'm like, you know your wife is on a reality show. Why are you grabbing producers? Come on now. You making the job environment harder than what it should be. So just kind of just play it cool.
Absolutely. Plaz, what are your thoughts?
I'm happy that Ashley's back. I've always liked her and her personality. I think she's a fun person and a definite needed, like her personality is definitely needed on the show. I actually wish that when she first came on, that her and Michael actually were honest and upfront and leaned into their relationship, because as a TV watcher and a people watcher, period, I'm always interested in different lifestyles and different things that people do. It's not always fun to watch the same conservative, elitist, classist, boring, because a lot of those people, y'all all know we're professionals. You know people who live these lives in real life. You know people in your profession who do things that they look down on everybody else for, but they're behind closed doors doing the same things. So I kind of wish that they had embraced that and were more upfront about it. Even though people like to say she's not black, whatever, she's black. Mama black, she black. So it would be interesting for me to see a black girl or black adjacent girl live that life openly. They do it on Salt Lake. They do it on Beverly Hills. They do it in Orange County. Why do Black people have to just be in these boxes? I don't like that. But anyway, now that they've had children, I know that she's not going to want to have that in the forefront. And I understand that. But I do want to see her grow more, be more transparent in her therapy. If she struggles with postpartum again, these are stories that we need to see, that people need to be able to relate to. And I want to see her step out on her own more and not just rely on Michael Darby and his money. It's time for her to flip her housewives check into a independent coin like everybody else. And I want her to get her business straight with this posting up. She said on the reunion that she decided not to do it. No, girl, you need to get your paperwork in order. So that's what I want to see from her.
I could not agree more with that. That's a great point. Ashley kind of scares me, to be honest with you, because I make it no secret that I love Monique. I am team Monique. Yes, I am biased in that fact. Monique does not pay me, not a dime. But I've always been team Monique. Before I had this YouTube channel, since Potomac's 3 or 2 seasons ago, I jumped on the Team Monique train because I realized the type of woman she was. And I stand behind that type of woman, a real woman that plays no games, is about her business. I'm scared for Monique because Ashley can be wishy, flip-floppy sometimes. She can be, sometimes. Right now she's softened up a bit because she had a baby. She got them hormones running through her a lot. But I don't know the type of Ashley we're going to see next season. I hope and I pray that she stays Team Monique and she stays down and she stays loyal, but who knows? You never know with her. You just never know. What are your thoughts on that? You think she's going to stay loyal?
I don't think, I was just going to say, I don't think she's loyal now.
I don't think
those last few episodes when she kept trying to again get the attention off of her for writing that statement and she kept going at Karen's neck. I'm the type of person, I do prefer the hold everybody accountable stance. However, once I realize I'm playing with people who don't play like that, those people are playing the loyal at all costs game. Wendy is playing the loyal at all costs game. Giselle and Robyn and Candice are playing the loyal at all costs game. So Monique needs Karen and Ashley to play that same game, at least when the other ladies are around. Now, yes, we get behind closed doors. Friend, you call me on what I did wrong. But in the face of them heifers, please have my back, because they're not playing fair. So you have to adjust your rules.
Yeah, I think she is a fence straddler. She's not like Karen. And that's what actually irks me about her, because she's so loyal to the Green Bandits, but the Green Bandits be quick enough to throw her under the bus. You know what I mean? And Candice be the quickest one to cuss her out. So, and when she asked her at the reunion, which made me very mad, she gonna ask Monique, because Monique said, "You see, she all doing this fakery. You see her trying to keep whispering all this stuff under her breath." And then Ashley looked at her like, "Do you think you and her ever make up?" I was like, "What, is you not watching our behind the scenes with the rest of us?" Because behind the scenes came out to the forefront. This is why I said TV, when stuff get real and you start playing with people's families, things it spills over to the real world, and the real world comes into reality TV. And I was like, actually, this is the reunion. This is not the show. You know what I mean? You no longer, if you are pretending to act, it ain't the time to act right now. If I was Monique, I'm like, be quiet. I don't really want to hear from you.
Yeah. Schoolboy, weigh in on it. Do you think Ashley will stay down 10 toes down, or is she gonna fold?
Ashley, first of all, Ashley ain't never been 10 toes down for nobody. Okay, since season 1, if you notice, she's never been 10 toes down for anybody. And as far as Giselle and Robyn, Giselle is not loyal to anybody. She ain't even loyal to Robyn. So Giselle is out for Giselle. Giselle will continue to puppeteer anybody that's gonna be allowed to be puppeted. And Ashley is very much so a puppet. She's not her own woman. I was that a long time ago about her. I think, Ashley right now is in the zen of mommy mode. And so the hormones still, the milk is still producing, the hormones are still there. She's still doing, she's still going with the motions. Do I think that Ashley will continue to stay 10 toes down for Monique? Hell no. But I do think Monique is smart enough to know how Ashley is, because if you notice Monique's mannerisms when she clocked her in that restaurant where they were sitting down eating, and when she called Karen, and she tried to call Karen out on what she said in Portugal. You see how Monique kind of looked as if to say, looking at that smile, like, yeah, I've already had a conversation with Karen. I know what she said, but I know what you're trying to do. I see you, boo. But I'm gonna sit here and eat my food, and I'm gonna smile, and I'm gonna not call you out on it, because I'm not gonna put you on blast in this scene right here. But I think Monique has already clocked how she is, so I don't think Monique really. I think her friendship with Ashley could be expendable, very much so, just like it was with Candice. But I think Ashley's gonna need to learn when to be messy and when not to be messy. I think Ashley her mouth gets ahead of her before she don't think before she speaks, so she just speaks, and sometimes that'll get her caught up. But I don't think she's gonna be loyal to Monique, and I think Monique knows that. I think they need another housewife to even this out. To me personally,
right?
Whether it's a friend of the show or somebody else, but nobody in relation knows none of these heifers. I need somebody that is from the DMV area, whether it's in Chevy Chase, Silver Spring, any one of the areas that has money, that she truly has solidified as having money. She's on the Monique level, and bring her in that's down to earth to even this out, because the playing field to me right now ain't even.
Right. What bothers me most is Ashley's relationship with Charisse. Now, you say you're down for Monique and you're trying to keep this neutral stance, but see, I don't play games like that, and I don't ride fences like that. Either I'm with you all the way and your enemies are my enemies. That's just how I roll, especially after the stuff that Charisse did and how far she took it. I don't see how Ashley could still remain friends with her or talk to her or invite her to the same events that Monique was going to be at. I don't care if she told Monique that Charisse was going to be at the baby shower. It was just still inappropriate, in my opinion. That's just how I roll. All right. So moving on to Miss Candice and her tissues, y'all. Ooh, child. Okay, so the word is Candice will be back. She has signed her contract, which is no surprise to anyone, right? I mean, reality TV loves a train wreck. They love a fool. And, Candice is every bit of that. So she will be back. She signed her contract. Now, she stated about 2 or 3 months ago that if Monique returns to this show, she would not return. And then maybe about a month ago, she changed that to, if I won't film with Monique, I'll never film with her. Meaning, yeah, I'll come back because I need the money, but I'm just not going to film with her. We all know she needs the money. She just bought this close to $1 million home in Upper Marlboro area of the DMV. So she needs the coin. She'll be back, and trust and believe, if push comes to shove, she will film with Monique. She may not engage her in conversation, but she'll definitely film with her. Bishop, are you excited that Candice and her tissue boxes are back?
Actually, I am. Okay. And I know it's going to be a shocker. As much as a train wreck Candice is, and I like when she said, they said, is this you like being evolving? And then she said, no, I'm actually becoming more comfortable. And I said, bam, that's always been you. And so I'm glad she confirmed that for us, that's always been her. Is just coming out more. And then that's when Andy said use more pageantry. But the reason why I'm glad she's coming back is because I need her to confront Giselle set you up. Now, whether or not you and Monique got in that little tiff and you was embarrassed about her doing that to you, but I want to know, is you going to accept her apology when she talks to you? You know what I mean? Because they're going to be forced to talk to, or she ain't going to have no job. And she need the money. So she needs to stop playing like I'm not family with her. Well, your check is on the line and your man ain't working and your mama, the well is drying. So you might want to get your life together and mature and grow up. So it's gonna have to force her to grow up or stay broke. It's one or the other. But I'm excited for her to come because she needs to learn to face conflicts and do it like a grown up. Because I'm tired of little kids that's running around here.
All right, Schoolboy, what are your thoughts? Do you agree with the bishop? Are you excited that Candice is back? You got yourself on mute, boo. There you go.
You know, Candice makes my butt itch. I'm glad that she's back or whatever, because she needs to check, you know, her and her husband. She needs to keep paying his child support, because I know his baby mamas is up there in the state of Maryland trying to get all the checks. So yeah, she needs to stay on the show. I would like to see some growth with her. But you know, like Bishop said, she's comfortable in who she is, and she knows she a bitch. She knows it. She knows it. She knows who she is, and she knows she's very comfortable with it. How long her and Giselle are gonna play nice in the sand, I don't hold that for very long. Because eventually that is going to become a eye scratching run-in with them. And my question is, once she starts getting aggressive with Giselle and wanting to fight Giselle, what is that whole little clique over there going to do then? Because Wendy can't be the only one defending her. Wendy she ain't got enough clout. She ain't been there that long. So the Wendy can't help you if them other two heifers, the rest of them heifers side eye on you, and then all of a sudden it's put on you. So I think she needs to be very mindful of how she moves this season. I think she needs to be mindful of what she says online. But I know Candice, she can't keep them Twitter fingers. I say like trigger fingers. She loves to hit them keys on people and talk crazy. So I think that Candice is in by her like cross trying to argue with other people, with other housewives like Portia and others. She's trying to keep solidify herself on the show. My thing is, okay, you got your house. You're married to Chris, who broke, you know, he freeloading, he a homosexual. So the question is, what you gonna do now? Because y'all keep going this back and forth with this kid thing. That ain't happened. Dorothy's still living upstairs. So we need to figure out what we need to figure out what we're doing. Where is the storyline gonna go? Because this argument all season, I don't want to hear about this damn fight no more with her and Monique. I don't want to hear about it coming into this season. I'm gonna continue for her to try to be a victim. I want her to have another storyline. So are you gonna go the storyline route of trying to have a baby? Are we going to have a storyline route of you trying to revive that hair business that we don't even know nothing about with the extreme bundles that y'all be having in y'all head? Please lighten up on the bundles. It's too much. It's too much. I mean, what are we going to do? So that's the next question. We got to decide what we're going to do here. Or where is the direction of her storyline going to go? Because I mean, the victim stuff isn't going to work. Now you a volunteer for the situation, if you ask me. We've played it out, but I think, you know, as far as the storyline, I mean, you know, it's gonna need some work. You know, everybody gotta have a villain. She's the Kenya Moore of this franchise. She's a lot more dirtier than Kenya Moore. I will say that in the verbiage. Yes, Kenya will get nice, nasty with you, but Kenya, I guess because she's in her 50s, there's a level of she ain't gonna go too far stretch off kilter. Whereas Candice just don't care because she's a part of the millennials, and you know they don't care what they say. But you know she's back, and I'm not excited, but you know she got to keep her check.
Plez, weigh in on this. What are your thoughts? Candice is back. Her tissue boxes are back. Her fry cook husband is back, and you know Miss Dorothy's back. Share your thoughts.
I see how people can compare her to Kenya, but I'm sorry, she is nothing of the Kenya Moore. I mean, I'm sorry. Like it, love it, indifferent, baby. Kenya makes the show for the most part, has for the last few seasons of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she owns it. You can't be a witch and then cry about it. Kenya does not cry about it. When Portia drug her by the hair, she was right back next season filming with Portia. She's a professional. She's a professional villain. Candice is an amateur at all things. Hair businesses, go-go songs, husbands with brown dicks. She's horrible. I don't like her. I've never liked her. Y'all can say whatever you want about me. Yes, I'm biased. I don't like her at all. She lost me when she was mad that people actually call her princess when she acts like one. And she lost me when she called her daddy and told him that $100,000 was not enough for a wedding. She's not relatable. She's not, and the worst part about it is she's not trying to grow. She's not trying to progress. She's cool with staying in the my mommy, my daddy do everything for me until someone throws it in her face. And again, she's so childish that she tells you all her business and then she's mad when you repeat her business to her. No one had to know that your mother owned that house. You volunteered that information. No one had to know about your husband not having a relationship with his own children. And that's what I don't want to see. I'm sorry. I don't want to see her with all of her mommy issues trying to have a baby with a man who doesn't even deal with the children that he currently has. I'm sorry. That I don't want to see that. I would feel terrible for that child. She has the only thing I'm potentially excited about is Candice hopefully taking therapy seriously and doing her self-work. If she does the self-work, then I'm glad that she's back. But I'm not here for her trying to hold anything hostage. If she doesn't want to film, give her walking papers.
That's right. Well, there you have it. I will agree that Candice likes to compare herself to Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore is in her own dimension. She is the queen of shenanigans. Candice does not compare to her in the least. Okay, there is no comparison. But even her husband compared her Candice to Kenya Moore, and I was just like, and I have a text message of him saying that. You know, he said Candice is the Kenya Moore of the cast, and I fell out. Like they can't be serious. Me personally, listen, Bravo likes people like Candice because they're characters, right? People like this, do they even exist in real life? I mean, I don't know anyone like Candice that's so self-unaware of her actions, so childish, so narcissistic. I know no one like this. So for Andy Cohen and the producers, Candice is a gem. And you could tell they like her by the way he was questioning her at the reunion, the way he spoke to her. You can tell he liked her. So I knew she wasn't going anywhere. When she said she wouldn't be back if Monique returned, that was just Candice being childish again, you know. And the producers recognize that. They see it. All right, so up next, we're going to move on from Miss Candice. For those that are now joining, that joined late, just a brief recap. Monique Samuels is back. Karen Huger is back. Ashley is back. Candice is back. And now we are going to talk about Robyn Dixon. Okay, so now things are up in the air because I'm hearing different things from concrete sources. They don't know if she got her contract. They don't know. So it's just up in the air right now. So I really can't confirm that she will be back. She might be. She might have received it. She might return in a friend of the cast capacity, but it's up in the air right now. No one's giving me concrete answers as to whether or not she'll be back. What do you guys think? The Bishop, do you think Robyn will be back?
I think Skid Row will be back. You know what I mean? I think she messed up when she came with the newspaper hair. And so that confused the producers and like, do we want her back or not? But God bless her. You know, she need the money for her taxes. That's why I don't want to like get rid of her. But I'm like, dang, she deserved to pay her taxes. But I think it should have been the other way with her and Giselle. If you're gonna have those two. Robyn should have been a housewife, and Giselle should be the friend of the show, since she ain't no housewife. But just keep her in the mix because they want to keep it messy. But I hope she blossoms a friendship with Wendy, because it seems like her and Wendy have a similar personalities. So I'm hoping if she does come back, push her more towards Wendy, because when I first seen her and Wendy together, there's like the second episode, I was like, oh, this is gonna be pretty interesting if her and Wendy become friends, because they were similar, they're boys around the same age, and it seemed like they had an organic, like it could be an organic friendship. But I didn't see it no more after that, because she want to stay up under Giselle, and I'm like, come on, Robyn, I need you to make your own friends. Come on, I'm rooting for you. But I'm kind of with it too, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll see how it goes next season.
Yeah. Schoolboy, weigh in on it. Do you feel that Robyn will be back? Do you feel Bravo will offer her a contract to come back full time or part time? What are your thoughts?
They don't need to offer her nothing. They need to offer her a Section 8 form. I do like, Robyn. I like Robyn when she's not with Giselle. That's when I like Robyn, because Robyn seems to be her own woman and she has a lot of opinions. I think Robyn is very she's educated, but you don't get that, because she's all of Giselle like Pinky in the Brain. I just want I want her to really have her own storyline. The only pushback that I feel will be her issue is Juan. You can tell Juan is not here for them damn cameras. He ain't here for this bullshit on this TV show. He don't want to be associated with that. So when you go in the realm of trying to get a storyline, you're not gonna be able to take those cameras down to Cop Day while he's working and he's coaching. That ain't gonna work. College campus ain't gonna let that there. Them kids is bad as hell. I'm sorry, them kids bad. They need to ask what them kids bad. Them dead ass kids. The scenes with the kids with her and Wendy, I was like, okay, cool, a mommy date. I actually see her doing something besides worrying about Juan cheating, where Juan is, what's going on with Juan. I'm tired of hearing about Juan. She had a moment where she could be cool, and it was a letdown. They had a good little Kiki. But I do think they need to kick her back to a capacity of just a friend of the show. Give her a few little episodes here and there, because that's pretty much what Robyn is giving you. She's giving you a few episodes here and there. She's not giving you a concrete storyline that we could say anybody is really interested in. Let's be honest. How many people are really interested in her storyline? There's nothing to really talk about. So you can keep her. Just keep her as a friend of the show and let her come in on Giselle's scenes here and there. Let that be a reason, because we ain't finna get no Bravo wedding. Her and Juan ain't getting married. That was a ring to solidify her for this past season. She, like I said, I have not yet to see her with that ring on in any other interviews besides that scene at the end of the season. I have yet to see her. Was she even wearing it at the reunion? Because I didn't even see it then. So my question is, that's just, I just feel like she gonna need to be a friend of the show. Give her a little $100, give her, a little $500,000, let her sprinkle that around. She still got to pay the IRS, and if she didn't do right by the money that she had the few seasons before, that's on her. But let her go. Please let her go.
Speak on it, Plez. What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm pretty much in agreement with everybody else. I'm if she doesn't come back, she won't be missed. She did it to her own, to herself. It's been 5 years, right? So I do I hate when they only give somebody 1 year, because if you didn't have the relationships up front, it's hard to kind of create a genesis in 1 year. But with Robyn, she's been there for 5 years. And every year it's the same old. She won't break free of the hold that she has on Giselle. Look, I'm here for loyalty. But at some point, you have to establish yourself as an individual, because that's what this show is. It's an ensemble cast of individuals. And Robyn just has not been able to do that. all of the different business ventures that she's tried. She doesn't. It's like her showing up late all the time, and that could be another reason why she's not getting a contract. Why does Robyn show up late every time? And it doesn't look like she
Cause she
has done
lives in
any extra
Hanover.
hair or makeup or clothes or styling. And as Schoolboy said, she ain't in there disciplining the children. So why are you late every time?
She
Because she lives
lives
in
2 hours
Hanover.
away. Yeah, she lives
Yeah.
2 hours
Oh,
away. Mm-hmm.
oh,
She
because I'm
She
like,
lives in
don't
girl,
live
Baltimore
in the
County.
area.
yeah, you're holding up the people's production, being on. I don't want to say CP, but being late all the time just is not cool. But yeah, maybe a friend of the show. But even if she doesn't get that, I wouldn't miss her. I do. Her and Giselle need to be split up because it's not fun. It's not fun to watch. We already know what it's gonna be. So bye, Robyn.
I have a question though. How was she late at the reunion when they had a break time and
Yeah,
she showed up late? I'm confused by that.
exactly.
Lazy, undisciplined, you know.
Hmm.
I mean, look at them kids. Look at them damn kids. Them kids bad
Mhm.
as hell. Them kids, I want to fight them when I see them. Them kids
Mhm.
bad.
Eating
The
up
only
all
person
the
that
free,
respect is their daddy.
yeah,
When Juan say something,
eating
they
up, busy eating up all the free catering in the back too, because she broke. I mean, it's just it's just a lot of things going on. And
Yeah,
this, can we touch on this fake engagement? I mean, Robyn, I was told 2 seasons ago that Robyn had to do something, have a baby, get married, get engaged. That's what I was told. And lo and behold, here her and Juan pop up season 5 getting engaged. I mean, I'm over Robyn. I really am. If she's gone, I won't miss her.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
That
No,
man is not interested in her.
No.
that man got a whole ass girlfriend somewhere. Somebody go find the side chick, cause I know he do not want. Ain't nothing about Robyn femininity at all. She's like a linebacker with shoulders. I don't understand, and she's really trying with his man, and he don't want her. He don't look like he interested. He was looking like Jamal was looking in the car with Giselle, like, oh, can we just get to where we need to go so I can get up out this car so I can quit faking this shit because I really don't want you. It's just, it don't even, do you see love when you look at, you don't even see the love. Where's the love? Tell me where the love is. Do you see that Juan is looking at her with some kind of eyes of longing or wanting to rip her clothes off? Because I don't see it. Somebody
mm-mm,
tell me, am I missing it? Because he
mm-mm.
acts like he don't want to be bothered.
No, he's just there out of guilt and obligation, really. He's not really attracted to her like that. Like Robyn, again, I hate this that she didn't develop her own and show more of her own personality. But she's very much like the everyday home girl type vibes. Like I
Mhm.
don't even see her, not even with the wand. And maybe that's what she needs. She
Mhm.
needs a fresh suitor. She needs someone who is intrigued or enticed with her and her with someone else because
Mhm.
she doesn't do it for Juan either. That's like when they sat
Mm-mm.
up there in therapy and she asked, was it about sex? And he was like, no, it's not about sex. It's about romance. It's about spending time together. And Robyn is just so laid back, so cool, so lackadaisical that nothing really moves her. She's
Mm-mm.
90,000 in debt, and she was
And she
like,
don't want to be. She don't want to be with that man,
Mhm.
and I think it's just an emotional entanglement. They just there, and I think he feels like if I divorce her, then I lose her family, and that's the only thing that he got. He don't have. His parents are
Yeah,
dead and gone. So I think
that's
it's just
right.
it's a situationship, and it's convenient and it's comforting. But I mean, I think it's unhealthy to have your kids raised up in something like that. Cause that ain't no love there, and that man need to go on and move on with his life and be with somebody who he want to be with and her. But see, like versus, this is the only man she's been with since school. She don't know
mm-hmm,
no other man, so it's
mm-hmm,
Mhm.
comfort for both sides. If you look at it on outside looking in, not take the reality TV from it. It's just a couple that they stagnant. It's old. You need to let go, but it's just comforting just to stay with each other because y'all just know each other and it's convenient. It's easy.
mm-hmm.
Right. Absolutely. All right, y'all. So moving on, let's touch on Miss 4 Degrees, Miss Wendy. I like her in this color. Miss Wendy. So there was a rumor going on because a report came out from Media Takeout right before Christmas. And everybody was DMing me and asking me just outright on Twitter, is it true? And I told people back then before Christmas that it was not true. And then Wendy came out herself yesterday or this morning, and she posted this on her Instagram story. Imagine citing Media Takeout as a verifiable source. Men lie, women lie, contracts don't. Yeah, because she got her contract, she signed it, and she'll be back. And I told quite a few people this right before Christmas that Wendy would be coming back. And indeed, she's back. And me personally, I'm happy. I'm happy. I have yet to see shenanigans on TV of her nature. I mean, she really takes it there, right? And then she has the cultural aspect of it, bringing in her Nigerian culture, and we're getting to see all that on TV, and it excites me. I like it. Wendy's like the mad scientist, me, a crazy nut, and I love every bit of it. I really do. And she has a beautiful family. Look at that family.
That woman's beautiful.
Look at that family.
I look for stuff like this. Right. I just didn't like her come off. She was too strong. It's like she was acting. It's like, calm down. It's supposed to be reality TV. Be yourself. Put a little theatrics with it, but don't do too much. You riding too hard for people you don't know. You know what I mean? You and Candice know of each other. It ain't like y'all be kicking it every week. Come on now, let's be real. But I know you came from her and you're trying to show loyalty. But I'm sorry, at that reunion, I think that loyalty is being broken up. Just the way Candice kept whispering to her, and Monique kept going on with that binder. She like, I'm not looking at you, girl. I don't care what you say. You ain't gonna get me in this. They're gonna bring out my $1.5 million debt. I am not getting it.
That's right. Schoolboy, weigh in. Are you excited to see Wendy Asufu back in her 4 Degrees and her family and everything?
I like, Wendy, when she ain't yelling about them 4 Degrees, Wendy, I can deal with Wendy. I like Wendy. I like Wendy's family. I love her kids. Her husband, her family, her sister, even a Nigerian mama. I love the whole family. I just want her to have more of a focused storyline on something different, something that we can kind of relate to, where she's not always jumping into Candice's mess, because Candice's mess ain't got nothing to do with you. I understand you trying to ride for your friend. Sometimes don't be blind to the loyalty to others, because sometimes that will get you caught up. I do think that, I noticed a different realm in her feeling. If you watch what happened live when she was on there, when they were asking her certain questions about Monique and Candice and the fight, if you notice, Wendy's demeanor has changed. Her opinion has totally changed, and she has more reserved back on it. So I'm believing now that she has actually watched the season all the way through, and now it's watching the reunion back, and probably talking to her mama too, because I heard that the mama just like does not really care for her friendship with Candice. She doesn't think that's a good look at all. With the alignment with the friendship. Now I don't know if that's true. That's just word on the curb that I just heard the mom didn't really thought, it was kind of like, she needs to watch that friendship just because she don't like the way that Candice disrespects her mother and the way that, her relationship with her mother is. So I think she's had a little bit of time to reflect. And then also too, if you want to be a CNN correspondent, you want to use Housewives as a platform, and you want to be the educated woman on the platform, you need to carry yourself a little bit better. I think she saw how she carried herself, and I think she maybe has some time to reflect on that. Said, maybe I need to just kind of chill, fall back, and learn how to redirect myself, but still keep it, 100, and still be me. But at the same time, I still need to know how to keep them CNN and them MSNBC checks in and all the other corresponding things that I want to do on the political round without making myself look so bad on reality TV. Because,
right.
Hollywood is about that reality TV. They don't really care for that mess.
Right. That's true. Ples, weigh in on it.
Well, I'm happy that the initial reports hopefully were wrong, or not hopefully, she confirmed that they were wrong. And like I said earlier, I hate when there's a one season housewife. It's not fair. You know, we are all layered persons. And when it's your first time, you're just testing the waters, you're just getting in there good. So I'm glad to have her back for another season. Hopefully, we won't hear about the degrees anymore. And like Schoolboy said on Watch What Happens Live, she was definitely crawfishing. She was doing a lot of backtracking on the whole fight situation. But as a commentator and a correspondent, I think, again, a lot of that comes from training. She has basically at this point sat back and watched her film and is redoing, you know, she has the new wig, she has the new hairline, she has all of those things down packed. So it's definitely good to look back at yourself and see where you may want to change and upgrade. But I think she's also looking at that personality and seeing what went over well with the audience and what didn't go over well with the audience. Like I said though, her and the pageant background people, I don't think will ever truly get her truly because she wants to maintain that image. And so that's going to be a struggle for her to be really honest and transparent. But I love her family. Like, oh, those I never saw those holiday pictures that you showed. The family is gorgeous. I love that there is an African cultural connection there. Again, that's something that we haven't seen on mainstream television that needs to be showcased. That immigrants come into this country and make such, you know, good lives for themselves, education wise, the otherwise. And she is an educated person, and that's something that is lacking in this franchise. You know, you don't have somebody who has that level of education that often here.
Right. I just want to address this comment by Soul Eel. Monique isn't coming back. She got her contract but didn't sign it. That's completely false. She got her contract, she signed it, and she will be back for season 6. So I wanted to address that. And I just wanted to touch on some things that I think everyone on this panel pretty much said about Wendy. But I do disagree with you, Plez. I personally feel Wendy is a poor representation for an educated Black woman. And here's why. Because she has all these degrees and she has all these accolades on paper. But when she's on camera and on screen speaking, she doesn't sound educated. And all she did was divide the women even more instead of bringing them together, using her education, using her platform, using her discipline, her education to bring these women together, try to resolve conflict and present herself as a type of Black woman that can bring other Black women together. I didn't get that from Wendy. I did not get that at all. And I was highly pissed off with her behavior and a lot of things that she said on that show. You know, but she's still entertainment. Don't get me wrong. I was still thoroughly entertained by her shenanigans.
Well, I think to me that showcased the part that honestly exists in the education community that's heavily elitist. And hopefully she examines her film enough or has her own change of heart and realizes how she comes across. Because the whole thing about the fight was her and the other ones being on this holier than thou elitist standpoint that people that come from our pedigree don't do these things. And that's just not true. Furthermore, it paints this narrative that Black women, and I keep saying this, Black women cannot be human. All human beings have emotions, have aggression, and sometimes have physical altercations. And that doesn't make you any less deserving or any less of a role model or any less worthy of somebody looking up to you. Instead, it should have been a teachable moment. And as you said, she should have been the one to negotiate and sit down and broker some agreements between the ladies, but she was too stuck on trying to appear loyal to a fault to Candice. And so that's why I'm kind of glad that she's getting a second stab at it. Like, hopefully we'll see the error of her ways.
And I do agree with you, Plez, on that, and I do agree with Monica. I agree with both of y'all with the, with the fact that she got pretty, she ignorant. You know, it's a lot of people. We know a lot of people that have a lot of degrees and they lack common sense. They're very book smart, but the common sense is not there. God didn't give everybody common sense. It just all ain't blessed with it, and we understand that. I think that Wendy, if she went back and watched herself on screen, she should know where to fix and where she should fit in her education, when she should bring the education to the forefront by showing how articulate she can speak, as well as make the point valid enough to bring the audience in and say, you know what, damn, I didn't think about it that way. She's right. She doesn't give you enough to say, oh, well, you got 4 degrees, but that was a good educated point. We're not getting that point from Andy. I wanted her to bring when Andy asked her the question about the what was the colorism thing, or the word aggressive. The word aggressive. She never gave us a full point. It's like it stopped, but the thought never really came together as a whole, as a word. I was waiting for her to give me that, and she failed to deliver. Now, I'm not saying that Bravo, they could have very well edited that out. Bravo's petty with certain things that can make you look a certain way. She could have given an answer, but it's just the way that it came off is that she could not articulate a well-versed answer that everybody would have been happy with. But I also believe that, Andy was not the person to have the colorism conversation. He's not that host to have that conversation because he's a gay white man. You still using his white privilege in the world. So that's not going to read across with an all-black cast. It's just not. But I want Wendy to get. I'm with Plaz and I'm with Monica. The representation of the educated Black woman, power to the people. It wasn't there for me. And then trying to say that I'm all here for women empowerment. Then if anything, you should have sat both of them women down in the room and said, look, how can we come to a point that we can still all be women and still come together and still be okay with this and we can move forward. I think Wendy was so busy trying to secure the bag for the second season. She forgot about who she was and what she was trying to represent. And I think that got lost in translation.
I'm going to disagree with you on that, though. I think this season, Wendy's first season, is the most authentic Wendy that we are going to see. I think she's going to watch what she did wrong, take into account social media feedback and change and pretend to be a woman that brings people together, a woman that doesn't take sides. I think what we saw season 1 was the most authentic. And I do hope she comes back that way. I really do. Because that's what I want. That's what you showed me. You showed me who you are. You showed me how petty and ignorant you can be. I mean, she's book smart, but her emotional intelligence is at 0. Her EI is completely 0.
Yeah.
So, she's friends with Candice. So what you would say?
But this is where I want to tackle and break her down a little bit. She's a child, and Candice is a child. Giselle's a child. The only Ashley's a child as well. If you think about it, they kind of tap on little things, but you have to be very insightful to see it. She's a child because her mother had planned her whole life. And she's like what you said, Monica, she lacks emotional intelligence. And with a lot of these people that get all these degrees, most of them don't develop a person. They develop let me be a parent. Let me know how to memorize this. Let me know how to do this. Let me know how to do that. But they never develop a person. They never develop a inner being to where they know knowledge of themselves.
Yes.
And that's the sad part about Wendy when she had that pumpkin patch. I wish that scene would have came sooner, because then I would have knew why she's the way she is. She got those degrees for her mother. She didn't get it for herself. She got it for her mother. And it lets me know that same thing with Candice. She became the trophy girl because of her mother. Her mother wanted to be perfect, prim. And so whenever she had these outbursts and she go crazy, it's because she's trying to figure out who she is, but her mother's hovering over her. And the same thing with Wendy. We got to look the best. We come from this family. We come from that family. We come from this pedigree. We did that. I'm like, what about her as a person, a human being?
Right. Exactly. Speak on it.
But you got to break that cycle, and you got to go to therapy. You got to realize that you can't live your life for everybody else to make them happy. Live it because you want to live it, and what you want to do, and do what you want to do, because your parents can't live your life for you when they dead and gone. I mean, are you going to be satisfied with the time that you spend on on this earth, there's always that saying that you have a beginning date, which is the date that you're born, and you have an end date when you leave this earth. The question is always is, what do you do in between with that dash? Did you live your entire life the way you wanted to live it, or did you live it appeasing everybody else? Yes, Wendy and Candice, they have a common bond and a common hurt when it comes to their parents, because they're always trying to live for them instead of living for themselves.
Right.
I saw somebody say that that's just not Nigerian. Look, so I think for me that was kind of one of my issues with Wendy. I'm not saying that because I'm not Nigerian and I don't know that struggle, but I think we a lot of times create, even between Africans and African Americans, we create barriers or try to make different nuanced differences that really don't even have to exist. The Black American struggle pretty much is immigration or struggle. Like, yes, we live here and we're born here and we're still treated like we didn't. So I relate with Wendy. I came from a mother who was an English teacher, who was a counselor, who wanted and expected me to be perfect. And so I can agree and empathize with Wendy with these 3 degrees. And that's why I'm like, Wendy, like Black women go through this all day, every day. We're expected, you are taught since when you were small. Where I'm from, when I was a little girl, I was told you got to jump higher, run faster, be better, be smarter. You have to do 10 times as much to get a half of what everybody else gets. And so it's constantly instilled in you. I couldn't go outside without ironing my play clothes. You never know who's going to be out there. You know what I'm saying? Your hair has to be fresh and perfect. When I went natural, everybody in my family almost had a heart attack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
My sister.
Because it was like, how are you going to get a job? You're about to be out of law school. What are you going to do? I had an eyebrow ring when I went to Xavier. What you got an eyebrow ring? Why'd you do that? Where you going to get a job? Black parents only know one thing. Not all of them, but most of them. Get a job. That's it. You gonna start your own business? Well, how you gonna pay your bills? You know what I'm saying? So we all have to do that work of pushing through and breaking, as Schoolboy said, becoming self-aware and building ourselves. That's what I want to see from Wendy. Her mama has gave her the validation. Now it's on her to pick it up and give it. And even if her mother goes back and says, well, no, I didn't really mean that, it's still on her. She's a grown woman at this point with a husband and 3 children.
Excellent point. Excellent. I want to add RJ to the stream. Hey, RJ.
Hey, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey. Can't hear you.
You can't?
RJ? Okay, there you go. Yep.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
I'm well. How you guys doing?
Good. RJ is one half of the former Black socialites. Everyone knows Kyle, who was the face of the Black socialites, passed away, but RJ was his partner, and the two of them worked together. RJ was behind the scenes while Kyle was in front. So RJ is joining us today to give his commentary on RHOP contracts.
Yes.
Yes. Go ahead, RJ.
I mean, where do you want me to start?
What are your thoughts? Monique is back. Everyone's back. Only person up in the air right now is Robyn. I have not got confirmation from my RHOP sources that she is 100% back. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, let's just say, well, first of all, I am ecstatic that Mo is back. That is phenomenal. Robyn, I hope that contract got lost in the mail.
Oh dear.
She's best. I don't see her bringing anything to the show that we already haven't seen. I really want them to split the green-eyed bandits. I want Giselle to be able to fend on her own. I think that would make good TV.
Yeah.
Let Robyn be a friend to the show because she basically is already. Let her be a friend to the show, solidify that, and let Giselle scramble.
Because she has Candice, and
does she?
Well, she does pretty much. Yeah, that's not. Candice adores Giselle. She looks up to her. Don't you see her makeup keeps getting lighter and lighter and lighter in every interview? She wants to be Giselle. Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Well, yeah, maybe I don't know, bind together, but I want Robyn to be left out of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Wendy coming back is a good thing. Everybody deserves a second chance. Yeah, she too strong on the first season. Let's see how she does this season. Who else? Ashley. Yes. So yeah, I mean, I feel good about it. But I really feel like maybe they should add a couple more friends of the show to spice things up. I think Schoolboy was saying that earlier. Like
yeah, I think they need somebody else as like a friend that's not nor less mutual between everybody or knows of everybody, but is not necessarily a close friend to everybody. Somebody that can just be different. You know, you need a little bit to break up the monotony there. You know, and I totally agree with RJ. Put Robyn as a fish. So let Giselle flourish and do what she do. She thinks she all that. Stand on your own. Let her actually stand in her own truth and hold it down on her own, because I really don't think she can do it without the peanut gallery. She needs the peanut gallery.
Yeah, from a producer's angle, to get rid of Robyn and just solidify her as an official friend of the show would be so interesting, because we have that Robyn by her side to be her puppet, to be her parrot. So get rid of Robyn and let Giselle stand on her own. You know what I'm saying? Let her find her voice.
Yep, I agree with you. RJ, I love you.
Yes, I love you
I
too.
think you're fabulous. Guys, RJ is going to keep the tradition going. He is reviving the Black Socialites. I need y'all to go follow RJ on Instagram and the Black Socialites, right? How can I tell them what's your handle on Instagram, RJ?
So my own personal handle is rj.allen. So it's just R and a J .ALLAN. And then, of course, the main page, The Black Socialites, is exactly that, The Black Socialites. So go follow.
Awesome. All right, sweetheart. I will look forward to your live tonight on Instagram, and be back here tomorrow, because tomorrow's show is going to be lit.
Yes.
When I tell you on YouTube. All right.
And also make sure you check out Monique's new video.
Yes.
Tonight. Go subscribe to her channel at Tea with Monique. And it's going to be on at 11 p.m. I make a small cameo. So, yes.
Awesome. Oh, yes. I'll remind the folks. Stay blessed, RJ.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Hey, Princess.
Hey.
You got yourself on mute there.
I was following RJ on my other page.
Okay. That's right.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hey.
Baby. Let's make this quick. Robyn, I don't want to see the Green Eye Bandits break up, because I have to have some type of villain operation going on. But because Robyn is useless and she don't do nothing no way, just make her a friend to the show, so that her and Giselle can kiki and Giselle can J down on her and be fake friends. And you see that relationship. Ashley, I would love to see they freaky tales. I'm just tired of the storyline with Michael's behind and his homosexual escapades. I would like to see something a little bit more real. Maybe talk about the women they done slept with, just some type of evolution in a different type of way. I love her messiness, because she, like Bishop say, she keeps everybody honest. And she keeps everybody, on key. And I'm like, well, why you have to call the people right then and there? Like, she real messy, and she's a different type of messy from Giselle. So you also see her in evolution of, you watch the flashback when they said she wanted to be like the Grand Dame when she grows up. So we get to kind of see that evolution in that spirit of her following behind Karen. Karen is going to continue to be grand dame. That's life goals when you get up there. I want to be sexy and bad like she is when I grow up, okay? I love the way she shades. She doesn't raise her voice. She doesn't get stressed out. She just pushes you to the side like, go on here, little girl. Get up out my face. And that's it. And her shit feelings real soft. So I'm still working on my shade assassin ways as I grow older. But I had to have some acceptance as I come along. My friend said, you real nasty, nice, nasty. I didn't know it. So I'm growing, and that's some aspiration to be adored as she is being adored, and she'll still put you in your place real soft and easy. Y'all know I'm Team Monique, so there's nothing else to say about that. She's been carrying the show. She keeps the show spicy. She keeps everybody on their toes. She expresses what it is to be a real housewife, a woman, have hobbies, have careers, raise your kids, and how to have some real balance without 15 nannies walking around the house like these other women do, like what a real Black woman will do. Dr. Wendy Osafo and her best friend Candice. I really personally think Dr. Wendy should be a friend of the show. Only because she doesn't know everybody enough and she has not put in enough to the show other than I have 4 degrees and you have 4 degrees. I really would have liked to see her push past that. And this was a whole election year. Why we didn't see her more hands-on in the campaign trail? Why we didn't see her more hands-on on the television? And let's see what you really do for a living. Let's see how you really are as a mother, other than I just got out the hospital and I look like this. Look, I was bad looking when I had my 2 babies. I thought I was in the tank top as soon as I had children. But come on, let's be real. It's stressful to have children. You are not walking around in heels 2 seconds after you have some kids. I don't care what you look like. So I wanted to have more realism about, are you spanking them bad kids? Schoolboy is right. Robyn's kids is bad. They disrespect her. They talk back. All of them is a mess. You know, I can't say what I would have done to them, but everybody knows my children know I don't play. Okay? You can't have your bad kids around me. So it's going to be some smoke in the city. I would love to see how they interact more because her husband is fine. I want to know how she worked in him working off these student loans. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you. I totally agree. Thank you. Thank you, honey. Stay in the backstage, okay? Okay. Okay. Listen, we have close to over 4,000 people on this live now. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you love the content. Comment in the chat. If you're already subscribed to the channel, bang that notification bell so you can be notified every time I drop a live or a pre-recorded video. All right, so I am going to bring Jersey on because Jersey is an immigrant and he has an experience to share.
Hi there, can you hear me?
Yes, very loud and clear.
Hey there, guys. Hey, Thee. Hi, Plez. Schoolboy, I love you. I only saw you today. So very articulate. More articulate than I'm going to be. But I wanted to talk about Wendy. You know, when I heard about her, I was very excited to have like an immigrant perspective. I'm a child of immigrants. My parents came here from China. They don't speak English at all. I was born here in New York. I remember, you know, having to read bills to them, sign forms for them, write checks for them, all that kind of stuff. So that, you know, when I graduated from middle school, high school, college, law school, that was a big deal to them because they never even graduated elementary school. So when there was the story of Wendy trying to tell her mom that I don't want to be a professor anymore at a private college, and I want to have a career on CNN where I will reach millions of people, not just, you know, 300 college students at 20, 21 years old per year, in a very specific course for their majors, and who knows why they're sitting there at that moment. That to me just felt very off because I don't know what immigrant parent, the fact that she has a PhD and that she's qualified, that's done, and that's an accomplishment in and of itself. Now I'm going to put another thing on you and say, I want you to change the world. And you're not going to change the world in 2 classes per semester every year in a private college. You're going to do that on CNN, on Housewives, and try to do something else. So when I didn't see that, I was really disappointed.
Good points. I think your story is amazing about coming to this country with your mom and dad, them being immigrants and having to read bills for them and all that kind of stuff because they didn't speak the language, and going to law school and creating a totally different path for your family, right?
Yeah,
pretty much changed everything. And then, like you said, Wendy being an immigrant herself, coming on first of all, you teach at Johns Hopkins, you're a CNN, a Fox News correspondent, or
what are you complaining about?
Well, she's a fill-in or whatever she is, but you couldn't bring any of that stuff or anything substantial to the Housewives. I'm not going to even dog her out and say, okay, you have all this pedigree, you have all this background, your resume is really fluffed up, and then you want to be on Housewives. Being on that platform is an opportunity for anyone. I could see why she wanted to be there. But if you're going to come there, come with something substantial, something teaching, something different,
I agree. I'm not saying that her story is better than mine or yours or anyone else's of any immigrant or non-immigrant. It's just, if you're going to say that and use that as a platform to be uppity and to be bitchy or to be whatever, as if that gives you a degree by in and of itself to be whatever you want to be, that I'm not okay with that.
No.
Yeah, totally agree. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Jersey. We appreciate you calling in and giving your perspective.
Thank you. Bye. Have a good night.
You too. Bye. Bye. I'm going to bring on, I don't see her on here anymore. Oh, here she is. Hey, Trisha.
Hi. How
Hello.
are you? It's Trisha. Trisha with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. No, so I just want to jump right in because I understand how it works now. I think maybe I had been a little hard on Candice the last time I called in. So as everybody was speaking, I was taking notes on Post-its, trying to get a little more in touch with Candice. Just putting a note or two. So here are some notes I've gotten. This is just how I feel. Wendy, in the comments, somebody has called her elitist. She's not elitist. She's shallow and insecure. Those degrees, if she had anything other than those degrees, and I'm sorry, Bishop, I know I bring it hard. Now, I don't want to hurt you. She's shallow and insecure. She's not elitist. If she had anything else to bring besides those degrees, which is a huge accomplishment, she would speak about those. I don't know who it was who said it, but she is a doctorate in public policy. She loves to do political commentary, yet throughout the entire season, I think we saw her doing one panel on political commentary, telling people how important it is to get involved in those local elections, because yes, the president is important, but these local elections really affect your life. Personally, somebody mentioned CNN and MSNBC. I think that this show has ended that for her. I don't see that they're going to still want her, as she has taken on a new persona that has little to do with political commentary, and she only did one, whatever it was. I think she may have ended CNN and MSNBC, and she's not elitist. She's shallow and insecure. Okay. Now, I think I mentioned before that I'm getting caught up. I'm like ramping up and binging on seasons. So sometimes my timeline's a little off, and I do apologize for that. Karen, the Grande Dame. So I watched season 1 on Hulu. Why do people love her? This Grande Dame, I'm the queen of etiquette crap was so annoying. I wanted to jump through my television screen and just take that wig off her head and smash it in her face and say that has nothing to do with etiquette, you crazy woman, you. Let me tell you something. I don't know if you've ever played golf, but one of the etiquette rules of golf is you don't needle the other person on their mishaps. Etiquette. Let me give you what etiquette is all about. It is so that people feel comfortable dining amongst one another when we come together from other cultures and backgrounds. It's not so we can show where's your daddy from, what school did you go to, and who got all kinds of, what are those finishing school courses. So that's my feeling on Karen. She held on to that way too long, and it gives me issues. I think I'm getting in better touch with Candice with these things, with everyone I pull up. Let me see what does it say. Here. People have been going off on Giselle for her fake relationship with Jamal. That relationship isn't fake. That relationship is indicative of the type of woman Giselle is and the type of relationship she's able to get, which is shallow, which is nothing more based on physical attraction, which is all about desire, how you look, what you can do for me. I'm the first lady of a big church. My husband is Pastor Holy Whore. He's sleeping with everything that isn't nailed down. This relationship isn't fake. This is indicative of what Giselle can obtain. This is a real relationship. Okay, where are we here? Oh, Bishop, this one. You mentioned, what is fake is Robyn and Juan. That's what's fake. And you know what's really ticking me off about Juan? For somebody who is as broke as he is, and trust me, I know what it means to be broke. I want him to get his act together and participate in the show. I don't care if you don't like filming or not. You have IRS bills to pay. You have whatever. Did they pay the IRS bills? No? Okay.
No, Juan doesn't have them. That's Robyn's debt.
Oh, they're
not married.
Okay. All right. So but they lost a great deal of money that they need to recoup for their retirement, for their children's college funds, and all those other things. He needs to get on board and help Robyn with this fake ass relationship so they can keep those children fed. Because you are right. People aren't going to keep accepting just because you live 2 hours away because you're broke and your husband won't participate in the show that you keep being 2 hours late. No, you can't. Okay, she ain't lying. No, I am not, sir. No, I am not, sir. Bishop, you mentioned that it is Candice's mother that has just hovered over and will not let her grow. I DM'd you about this, Monica. I saw the show when she said her mother called her bipolar at 10 years old across the table. As Ashley said, her mother should have had her license yanked for that. You don't diagnose family. You don't give diagnoses in a non-clinical setting, and you don't say that to a 10-year-old. Mental health issues tend to show themselves in our late teens, early 20s. At 10 years old, she wasn't bipolar. She just had the wiggles. And quite frankly, what she was doing was modeling her mother's erratic behavior. Look, I understand. Okay. I understand hurt. But what I don't understand is a psychologist who can't let go of something that happened 40 years ago. Do you know why she holds on and oppress Candices like this? Because that's how she's holding on to the man who left her. Your father may have left, but damn it, you'll never leave me. I'm surprised. I am surprised we didn't see her during the season trying to chase off, what is the hobosexual? Is that what you call them, school? Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see her trying to chase him off so she could have Candice all to herself. The little doll she dressed up in those little outfits and sent out these pageants and all that other stuff.
Hey, Trust, don't go anywhere. Hang out because we have quite a few people in our backstage filling up, but your commentary is so on point. So hang out in the backstage for me, okay?
Put my gun down.
Okay. I want to add So Debonair. Hey, brother, what's going on? How are you doing?
First of all, I wanted to be on here with Bliss so bad. I definitely appreciate this. So listen, my thing was this. One, I feel like when you guys were talking about Karen and her drinking, I feel like Ray doesn't want her on drinking. Because if you guys seen the live that she did with Monique, Karen was lit. And what was coming out of Karen's mouth, it was factual, but it was a lot for people to handle. That's why Karen made her delete that live.
Absolutely.
I think that Ray doesn't want her online drunk. Onto this show being drunk because y'all think this binder is bad. Let Karen get drunk and start reading these girls on this show. It's going to be a whole entire mess. Yeah, I don't think Ray wants that. I also feel like Wendy should have given Giselle the treatment she gave Karen for the season. I feel like the reason why she did it was because of this whole AKA thing. And, it was their alliance based off of that. I know how sororities and fraternities work, but this is why that didn't happen. But and that's why when Karen read her about her being what did she say she's something about her being uneducated or ignorant or something like that. She really let us understand that sometimes I think the common sense thing was what it was, because it's always something about, you can be smart, but you're not street smart.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where a lot of us can relate to Monique when it comes to that, because all this, your hands in your face. I mean, how many reality shows we got to watch that the hands in the face is not for Black people? It's a trigger moment. I mean, it's like, it's a no-no. Tammy Roman, if you need to figure it out, just watch Basketball Wives. Tammy Roman has so many times that we understand the hands in the face is a trigger for Black people, period. Especially Black people. I grew up with a sister. My mother has 6 sisters. My dad has 4 sisters. I understand what it's like for a woman, a Black woman, and this aggressiveness in my face. You are invading my private space. You've already put a knife at one of my coworkers, and now we're sitting here and like with this hope, the people online, they don't get it that are following Candice. Monica, I did last night. I was set up all night. I was watching like old episodes that you had. And one thing that you brought up that to me is very triggering is Chris Bassett. Because just like he be in your comments, he's in mine too.
Right. See?
Yeah. And also her friends. And they encourage her to do this stuff because they're like, oh, you can't handle her mouth. Well, then that's you don't have to be on here. But let me tell you something. People fight at work every day.
Yeah.
I've been at the job where they fought in the parking lot after we clocked out. But that's not you and your mouth is not an excuse because you're at work.
Right.
And I hate that people that Candice, people around her will not tell her that this is a problem. Like your husband is aiding and abetting, your friends are doing that, and now you have followers that are doing that because they probably have bad mouths, and people probably want to fight them. But I'm trying to tell you right now, Candice, Schoolboy, you were saying this other day, somebody gonna catch her on the street. And that's gonna be that on that. We're gonna wrap it up, pack it up, and take it to school tomorrow because it's like you can't talk to people like that. People commit suicide because of people's mouths. Them people will do nothing in schools because of people's mouths. So we can't say that your mouth is an excuse for and you shouldn't be untouchable because you have a terrible mouth. That's just not an excuse. We've seen it time and time again where your mouth has gotten people killed. So my other thing is that you guys keep on saying about Robyn not coming back. I would love to see Robyn come back without Giselle.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
I would love to see who Robyn is as an individual. I would love to see Robyn have to make amends with someone else on the show because she needs somebody on her side, and it's not going to be Wendy. She's not an AKA, so she can't ride the wave that Giselle rode.
Right.
I would love to see her be that. I personally don't think that she's going to leave because Juan is the storyline. Juan should be holding Fluke, not her. Because that's what we watch for. We never watch for Robyn on this show. We watch for Juan. And I think Michael going to join Nene Leakes with this boycott if Juan don't come back.
No.
I just don't feel like anybody wants to, even with Wendy, like we love Wendy's family. Wendy could come or she can go for me because Wendy just didn't really give me nothing to go off of. As educated as you are, you couldn't sit your friend down and say, your mouth is the problem.
Right.
Like but that's the common sense that Karen said that she doesn't have. Because common sense would tell you to tell your friend, I can never imagine my friend having a mouth like Candice and getting against all the cases and be like, friend, like we need to have a conversation because you need to check that. Because I mean, it's very, very, very unhealthy. And I think is that everybody?
I think you got everyone. Did you?
This is the other thing that the Candice and Kenya comparison. I don't think that Candice is as a comparison to Kenya at all. If anybody's the comparison to Kenya, I would say it would be Ashley. The only difference is that Ashley doesn't care. Kenya doesn't care, but Kenya will read you and she'll move on with her life. They're going to keep addressing Ashley because she's a smaller size person.
Yeah.
They feel like they can overpower Ashley. But you also have to realize when Ashley came on this show, they rode Ashley to the end of that season. On her some kind of freak because she was twerking on them. So when Ashley got on that first season, she was like, "It's all bets are off. This ain't gonna go. I'm gonna give y'all everything I got because y'all had no regards for me at all."
Right. Yeah.
I want to clear it up because see, everybody keep riding me about this comment about the Kenya and Candice. I'm not comparing them in the sense of that they're the same type of woman. I'm just saying mouth-wise at times, they can mimic each other in the mouth sense. The only difference is I just think that Kenya has a little bit more couth with the way that she reads because she reads a lot better than Candice. Candice doesn't really read. She just screams and she just yells and she gets mad and goes temperature. Where Kenya reads you and cuts you and leave you there. And it can at times be a little, sometimes the dig, sometimes Kenya go to, maybe that would have been a little bit too, but I understand it's Kenya's way of jabbing out. Now, do I think they're the same woman aesthetic? I mean, just in body? No, because Kenya has a more maturity emotionally. Her emotional maturity is a little bit, it's not all the way there, but it's a lot more than Candice. I think Candice has, she's defeated and she's still that 13-year-old kid that's still having a problem with articulating and running back and forth with each other and going in with the comments of in the reading. But I do think that they do embody some similarities in the ways of the mouth area and the way that they talk. She just doesn't. I don't see Kenya as much with the Twitter fingers as I do see Candice. Candice is lethal with the Twitter fingers.
That's true. Kenya doesn't hit below the belt unless it's some factual stuff. Like Kenya kind of like, and I think that also Kenya has that same thing that Ashley has. When she came on the show, they was on her from day one. So Kenya already had that defense mechanism up. She was like, listen, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna make my space known. This is my space. I feel like this is why the ratings are low right now because most of these girls that are on the show right now, even Portia's playing nice with her, but Kenya didn't play with Nene at all. No. Kenya was.
She doesn't have anybody to spar with anymore.
Yeah, and
there's no one to spar with.
That's why the ratings are low. She doesn't. Portia can't do it because Portia's just gonna put her hands on her, and everybody else, she's kind of cool with them, but they're kind of not cool. But that's the thing. Nene and Kenya's relationship is what would have driven this season, and they got rid of her.
And to add on to the comparisons y'all making, all three of these women have something in common, which is the pageant world. But the reason why Kenya and Ashley is more closer than you compare Kenya and Candice is because Kenya is missing her mother, the ghost of her mother. Ashley's missing the ghost of her father. But the thing about Candice is her mother haunts her every day. So that's the reason why she can't really mature because her mother is always on her about everything, and she lives with her. I'm like, get that old bat out your house. You don't like her. Come on, let's
honestly, it would make more sense for Miss Dorothy to have the flute than Candice.
Yes, I like Miss Dorothy.
I
mean, and I do see the comments where people like Kenya is acting. Yes, Kenya is playing a character for the show. But let's not mistake, because I seen where Sherry Shepherd read her ass too. She has a reputation from the industry of being a bitch, and that has carried her into where she is now in this stage of life. And this is why a lot of people don't mess with her very much. And when I met Claudia Jordan, when we had a conversation, I said, well, is it really, do you and Nene really had that kind of beef? Y'all just really couldn't stand each other. She said, yeah, me and Nene could not. We just didn't get along because she just wanted to bully me because I was the new one on. And she said, I was not willing to tell all my business the way producers want you to tell all your business. You got to be open to the game. If you're not willing to play the game, then, the likelihood of your longevity staying on the show is not going to be that.
Kenya is missing someone that she needs to spar with. I think that's why she's so attached to that young little girl that gets on my nerves, Latoya.
Oh my God.
Because they both have that, they got that energy about them, but there's nobody that's really gonna spar with them. Candy's not gonna spar with her.
No.
Cynthia's not
Well,
gonna
nobody
spar with
has
her.
the capacity to spar with Kenya at all on that.
Except Sheree. That's why I said, where's Sheree at?
What's the
I
name?
need Sheree back.
Kim
Marlo
Zodiac.
broached Marlo. They used to go at it pretty good, but now they want to be BFFs again, so that's over.
But Marlo doesn't have a
Marlo switches up
1-2.
whenever Nene's not on.
Marlo needed Nene to be the 1-2 with her, with Kenya.
Because
She's
Marlo
not
switches up every season that Nene's not there.
And Kenya cozies up to anyone that she feels that she can't overpower with her read. She's scared of Candy, if you ask me. Quiet as a kept. I've always noticed that.
Yeah.
Cynthia is just there to be her lapdog, so she's really not going. She's going to insult her to her face, and Cynthia's still going to run behind her like a puppy. So she's not going to go up against Marlo because Marlo will eat her and spit her out like Kenya did to the quarantine. Kenya ate the quarantine, poor child. So yeah, I agree with the person.
I also want to say this too, because I know that Monique probably frequents this page, but I really hope that Monique doesn't go on apology tour next season. Because she doesn't owe them that. The way that they did her this season was horrible. And I feel like as human beings, let's take out black, white, yellow, green, purple. But as a human being, it was horrible how they did her this season. And the fact that they wanted her to give Candice her time to process things, but they would not give her that is totally wrong.
Yeah.
As a human being.
Yeah.
Hang
out backstage, Debonair, because we have a few others that are trying to get on too, but don't go anywhere. I love your commentary.
Okay.
I'm going to bring on Carolina. Are you still there? Turn your camera on. Yep, there you go. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, I'm watching from the UK, so I'm going to do this and then go to bed after and catch up tomorrow. But yeah, I love all you guys. I watch all of your videos, all of your lives and stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think they did Monique really dirty with the whole season. I'm glad that she's coming back because I think she needs to kind of redeem herself for herself, just to prove that she's got all of these brilliant things going on and that everything that they tried to do to her didn't destroy her.
Right.
With the reunion part 2, Andy needs to just leave now, really. I think he's had enough of the show. He's fed up with the show. Production obviously didn't back up anything that he was saying. He was fully on Candice's side, trying to draw out Monique the whole way through, when the evidence was clear that she was provoked. And I think that he was really reading from a script and couldn't be bothered to really do any research or watch the show or find out what's going on. And that shouldn't happen. He shouldn't be biased and he shouldn't be hosting like that for a start. So we'll get him out of the way first. With Candice, if you're going to provoke people to that extent and then attack people on Twitter and say things that are not true and just low down and dirty, then you're going to expect a reaction. You can't run away from a reaction, then cry for a whole year. And still to this day, go on Twitter, go onto Instagram and attack anyone that has a negative opinion about you. She gave herself that negative opinion, the way that her mother dealt with her, the way that she dealt with her own husband and his family. That perception of her, for me, was already there before the attack with Monique and stuff like that. Before the incident with Monique, I already had a real negative opinion of that girl. She's very immature. She's very childish. She needs a lot of growing up to do. And I think her mum just spoiled her too damn much. That's her problem. She's too damn spoiled.
Yes.
I love to see. I think it's a shame that they didn't really show how she gets on with her sister. Because I have 3 sisters and I'm the oldest one out of the 4 of us. And if any of my sisters went on like that with anyone out on road or even in my family, I would box her down myself. It's as simple as that. So I'd like to see how she interacts with her sisters and stuff, because we've only seen a relationship with her mum and her friends and her family. She doesn't really have any friends. So I think she just needs to go. Giselle, doesn't bring anything to the show other than drama, and it's not even positive drama. She's got to be open to what people are going to ask her about her life, and she doesn't. She can just run off into the sunset with Pastor Jamal, and no one don't need to know about her again. If she left, I think the dynamics would change all over. I think Robyn doesn't have a lot to offer, but we haven't never seen Robyn without Giselle. If we see Robyn without Giselle, she may be a different person. She may be a lot more happier and start to actually get on with other people. And let's not forget, Robyn went to Ashley's place of work to try and fight her. Robyn was there trying to fight Monique, and there was an umbrella between the two of them. So when they're all there going on about Monique's done this, Monique's done that, black women don't do this, women of all colours do this. If you're provoked enough and you're backed into a corner, you attack. That's what happens. You defend yourself. Everyone has a right to defend themselves. But as grown-ass women, we should not be starting drama with each other, causing trouble, calling people outside their name, and messing with their family. So I think Robyn needs another opportunity to just see her without Giselle. Wendy, I'm kind of in two minds about Wendy. I think we need her back just so we can see what she's like now that her thoughts have started to change on the old altercation. But deep down, I think Wendy's one of those people that's got an education, that goes to the university and teaches, and then gets ghetto on the weekends and starts brooking it down in a nightclub. And she's a bit ghetto. I've seen that kind of little shade and that little ghetto-ness about her, and she's trying to hide it really well because she doesn't want her mum to know that she's there brooking up herself, twerking in a club. And that's Wendy, really. I think we need to see the fun side of Wendy more so.
Yeah, definitely. With you.
Who else have I left? Ashley, I love Ashley. I just think she needs to hurry up and just take Michael's coin and just leave him. Because, no, that's just not working for her. And then as for Karen, Karen's just giving everybody life. I think with Karen, we had a few seasons where she had a lot going on. She had relationship problems, she had money problems. She went through a lot. As a grown-ass woman going through all of that, you're not going to be the same person. She didn't have any support from her friends. Now that all of her business is all sorted and she's back on top again, you're seeing the real Karen this time. So we're not seeing messy Karen. We're not seeing distressed, upset, heartbroken, stressed out Karen. We're seeing like the real fun, shady ass Karen that's got everyone's back, but she's going to pull you up about your shit as well.
Absolutely. I just love your accent. I can listen to you all day. Thank you so much for calling in, Carolina, and please call in some more.
I will do. Do.
It's really late over there now, so get some rest. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm going back to bed now. Bye.
Bye. I'm going to bring on Glam Crazy. Hey, girl.
Hi. I just want to really quick. My question is for Robyn. Her circle is being a Delta. Her circle is also being an ex-basketball wife. Why not bring that storyline onto the show if you've given up everything you can as far as your family? Why not bring that exterior out and showcase, oh, these are my friends, or this is what I'm doing to the community as an ex-basketball wife? Why not show any of that?
And because once you become an ex, you don't get the ends of those NBA communities anymore, and that's just the way it goes. Unless you have the coin to maintain to stay within those circles with those girls, you're not going to be able to run with those girls. So she's not going to be able to show the NBA portion. But I get where you're going with the Delta.
No, not even that. Okay, now that you've lost all your funds, bring that storyline to other wives that have lost their funds and pitch that. It's so easy. If you come from a Delta and you're quote unquote smart, educated, why not think more into your storyline and bring that on? That just don't make any sense to me whatsoever. It's just like
she's trying to do what everybody else is doing with the hat line and the makeup line, and no offense, every housewife has that. Every housewife has that type of line. Come with something different.
Right.
Makeup is saturated. Lashes are saturated. The clothing line is saturated. Can somebody come up with something
other? Something other than that. But that was my only thing. It was like all of that information is in the book of lies, or the deceitful book that Monique has. But it's just like, why not bring those extra characters on to help feed your storyline? Like, what are you hiding? Like, did you sleep with somebody's cousin, or I just don't get it.
I was thinking that too.
I was like, ooh, why can't you bring these extra people on to help feed your storyline? What are you trying to hide?
I don't even think she's trying to hide anything. I just think she's boring.
Right.
I literally think that it's been 5 years, y'all, that she has been riding Giselle's coattails. If she was really active in her sorority, you would have seen some of that. If she still maintained those friendships with basketball wives, you would see some of that. It seems like Giselle is her only friend. And you can just tell from her personality, she has a bad track record of finishing things.
Yeah.
We didn't see anything this season. Okay, you finally got that one house flipped after what, 8 months, a year? Where's your next flip? Where's something?
It probably
She
was
keeps
too much money
abandoning
that she
things.
lost. That was too much money that she lost, and she wasn't good at it. House flipping is it's lucrative, but you need to know what you're doing because you need to have to stay within contract. You need to stay within budget. You need to stay within all of that. Robyn, nothing with money. Robyn should be dealing with. I want Robyn. If you go back to season 1, Robyn was a publicist. Why doesn't Robyn take the degree that she has by being a publicist, open her own damn publishing? Because it's a lot of celebrities need some publicists. It's a lot of people that need some publicists online.
Candice.
She could do that and have a multi-million-dollar business. But instead of these gas station hats we got going on, I don't know what we're doing here. It's just, I think Robyn is lazy. I just don't understand it.
But that was my only thing. I could
Thank you.
Else, but thank you. I love you.
Thank you. Love you too. Bye, honey. I love that hair. Ooh.
Looking good, girl.
Flawless.
I see you.
Bye, boo. All right, y'all. I am going to wrap things up, but I want to add Trisha because I know she had some more points to make, but we're going to keep it short. We're going to keep it down to about 2 minutes, and then we're going to wrap things up because we got a 90-minute part 3 of the RHOP reunion that we need to watch. And that's game time for me, y'all. I got to get prepared.
So I'm going to keep it short. So I mentioned the issue with Candice and her mother and the overbearing thing. I think I got that one out of the way. Somebody had commented that Wendy might be better on Married to Medicine, but I think if she were on that show, she most certainly couldn't bring up the degrees because they all have those doctorates. So my final point is, initially I felt that Michael and Ashley were a really cute couple who were free. I liked what Plez said. We don't get to see Black women being free in the way that we get to see white women being free on television with their sexuality. I have no hate for Ashley against this. But like I said, I've been catching up on some episodes, and Michael comes off as very cute and sweet, but I'm really beginning to feel that he might be a predator. Bishop, you said that, he's doing this in front of his wife, touching butts while she's right in the realm. I think that's part of it for him. I think that some of these poly couples, what they're really after is not the sex, but the drama.
Right. Let's keep it clean now. Let's keep it clean. Okay.
There's going to be a big blow up between, what happened between you held that look too long or something like that. I really do think that for them, it's all about the argument that's pending. And the way that he seems to just so comfortably, I thought maybe he may have been gay and was afraid to say I'm gay and what have you, but that doesn't give him a right to continuously, from what I've seen in the earlier episodes, be in these positions where people like, did you touch my butt? Did you touch my butt? Who touched my butt? So I'm thinking, I thought maybe he was sweet and they were this cute couple, but I actually think that Michael may be a bit more predator-ish than I initially thought. I think that, I don't know, something is going on there. You know that straight men aren't comfortable with you touching their butts, yet it's happened a couple of times. So I've changed my idea about Michael, but I think I gave all my other opinions on the Post-it notes. And no, writing things on Post-it notes didn't make me feel any differently about Candice. But what So Debonair was saying, what it's called is an intervention. People need to get around her and say, look, if you were having a drinking problem, we would definitely, speak to you about this. Your problem is your mouth. And like So Debonair and Schoolboy said, somebody's going to lay you out because they're not going to think you're oh so cute and smile and, whatever. They're going to say, what did she say? And pop you in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
She really got off easy with Monique. She really did. But I guess that's my whole spiel.
With Michael, I think he's bisexual. I don't think he's gay. I think what Ashley did him a disservice when she said, "Oh no, Michael's straight. He likes women." I said, I was sitting there thinking like, "No, you are bisexual. You should allow him to be bisexual. Just allow him to be who he is instead of you trying to make this picture perfect couple that I'm the fun when I allow us to have threesomes and stuff like that." I'm like, no, what's wrong with him? He's yearning to have a boyfriend out in public.
But he can't do that with unsuspecting men. He can't do that with unsuspecting.
Well, he's acting out. I think that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
There are appropriate places for. Well, you said acting out. That's what it is. Yeah.
All right, y'all. This has been quite informative. Let me just recap real quick for those that joined us a little late. So, as far as Real Housewives of Potomac season cast goes, Monique has signed her contract. She will appear next season full time. Ashley has signed her contract. She will be back for season 6 full time. Robyn, it's up in the air. My sources cannot come to me with concrete anything about Robyn right now. It's up in the air. Once I find out and confirm what direction the network's going in with her, I will let you guys know. Wendy is back full time. Miss Wendy and her 4 degrees will be back for season 6 full time. Giselle as well. Giselle will be back for season 6 full time. Did I miss anyone? Is that the whole cast? Candice, how can I forget? Candice will be back full time for season 6. Although she said she wouldn't come back if Monique was back, she'll be back. All right. We're gonna wrap this up. Listen, Teacup affiliates, Plez, Schoolboy, the Bishop, and everyone listening that's called in, all of the Teacups. Monday's show is going to be epic. 3 p.m. Eastern. I can't wait. I got people DMing me that they can't wait. I cannot wait. All right. Be there or be square. To all of my moderators, thank y'all so much for always controlling the crowd. You guys are great at crowd control. Everyone that gave a super chat, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Teacups, I love y'all. Stay safe and be blessed. Everyone have a great evening. And also tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern, Monique's Tea channel here on YouTube is dropping her world exclusive drag queen video. I cannot wait for that. We can do a review of it too, maybe on Tuesday or Wednesday or later on in the week. But for now, y'all stay safe and be blessed. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.